There is one thing I think is that's very important, provides an exit from the system and could protect you, or at least in my opinion will protect me, and it's Bitcoin, obviously. And so I really want to talk about the story with Elon Musk because I think Elon Musk is scamming people. That's my personal opinion. Elon Musk is trying to scam people. Hey, look, man, I thought Elon was funny on SNL because it's funny to watch him. I think he's cool for doing a lot of things. I think Tesla and SpaceX are awesome. But I think Elon should be criticized when he does things that are bad. And I think he's trying to rip people off. So we had this story from Bloomberg. Musk sends Bitcoin tumbling with shock U-turn on payments. You may have seen the tweet. He said, Tesla and Bitcoin. Let me pull up his tweet here. I tweeted mocking him. And he said, Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, and we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at a great cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy per transaction. He then posts this. So that was a couple days. That was yesterday. Then he posts this. Energy usage trend over the past few months is insane. And you can see Bitcoin electricity consumption has skyrocketed dramatically. The only problem, Harvard Business Review covered this only about 8 days ago, saying that there's two reports. One says 39% of energy used for Bitcoin is renewable. And another report says 73% is renewable. Why? It's kind of obvious. If you have a mining operation, you don't want supply disruption. You don't want to rely on power outages. So you go to places where you have a consistent energy supply, notably hydroelectric dams. Yep. Where a consistent electricity supply, renewable. It's not so much that they're like, I don't like carbon. It's like, I want a reliable supply of energy. Here's what happens. People like Elon Musk, he comes out and he says, Tesla will now accept Bitcoin. The price skyrockets. Yep. Then they sell a bunch, make a bunch of money and say, see, look. Yep. Then they come out and say, oh no, the environment. Oh, geez. Oh, they're using coal for electricity. Oh, no, we got to stop. Then the price tanks back down. And all the rich people who don't need their assets liquefied say, I don't care. Think about it this way. If you're somebody who makes $500 a week, and you see what's happening with the US dollar and buying power, and you see what's happening with Bitcoin, you're like, I'm going to buy some Bitcoin. So you do. Then Elon Musk makes this announcement and the price drops. It's like 12% or something. And you're like, I'm going to lose $60. So you panic sell and you still end up losing $60 because you need liquid cash in your life. You're not rich. You only got a few $100s. Millionaires, billionaires. Well, they can pay their rent and their mortgages and their car bills and still keep millions of dollars in crypto. Even when the price drops, they're going to shrug and go, I don't care.
And they'll buy the dip.
Yep.
That's right.
They'll buy the dip 100%.
They'll 100%. Buy it back up. This is how they keep people poor because people see Elon Musk and they panic and they sell. Now, a lot of people are getting wise to the game. I remember back when Bitcoin hit 20K, people were like mortgaging their homes. Then you get news about like countries banning Bitcoin or whatever, and they panic and they sell and they lose tons of money. Yep. And if you did buy Bitcoin and held it, and it went up to even now at 47, 48, even though it's dropped from 60, you're still double your money. It's probably going to go up. So that's why all of the smart people and all the rich people, they buy the dip. But don't be surprised when you see governments, billionaires, banks make an announcement about how they're getting rid of Bitcoin. Then poor people who aren't smart enough panic and sell it, and they laugh as they buy it all back up. That's the cycle.
They need a way to control the market because they control the stock market. They need the same control over crypto, and they found it, and I think that you're right. You identified something important. Like Elon has been great on a lot of things, but I'm glad I have alerts set. And I got and saw that one immediately, and I was like, oh, this is bad. This is the worst thing he's done in recent times in terms of his public persona. This could shift a lot of the way people think about him because it was very clearly he knew what was going to happen. Yep. He had to know. And if he doesn't, then he should probably shut his Twitter down for a couple days and think about it.
Now get this. Now he's saying that he's working with Doge devs to fix Doge. Think about what he's doing.
He's pumping Doge.
Mm-hmm. He called himself the Doge. They called him the Doge father on SNL, even though the price went down. Apparently his son is mining Doge. It's really, really obvious. Doge is trading right now for 40 cents, meaning you can easily buy thousands upon thousands of Doge. Mm-hmm. Then you get Doge up to $100 or whatever. You make tons of
huge return.
Huge return.
Way more than Bitcoin at this point.
So there was a period where Bitcoin was jumping ridiculously fast. So from November till now, Bitcoin's gone up substantially, like hundreds of percent. But there was a period where it's like it was at $1 and it could jump to $50. And that's a 50x return.
Yep.
Now that Bitcoin's trading much, much higher, it's harder for those swings. It's starting to stabilize, right? So what happens is people start buying altcoins that are trading for like a fraction of a penny. So if it's trading for the smallest decimal point, it can only double. You'll double your money. So now Elon's probably, in my opinion, looking at Bitcoin going, Bitcoin's great, but is there a coin we can get and pump it up really, really fast? Dogecoin's trading at 5 cents. Tons of people will buy it. We can make a movement. We can put out a tweet. Everybody buys it. So apparently one dude became a millionaire and like was posting about it.
Yep.
He had the right amount of Doge, and then it broke a certain amount and he made $1 million. So when it's
one of the big guys at Goldman Sachs left because he made millions. Yeah.
Yep. So it seems to me like this announcement is more so we can pump Doge. But Doge is inflationary. There's no cap. They produce, what are they doing, 14 million per day or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some ridiculous
I'm pretty
amount.
sure they can just keep going with it, right? They can just keep going. Yeah.
And so people are going to go in, they're going to cash out quick. And I think Doge is funny. I still have thousands of Doge, and I'll hold on to it because who knows? If Elon Musk is doing this, I'll hold on to it, I guess. But I think Bitcoin's going to reach $1 million.
I gotta say, Doge is trash. It is absolute useless trash as a token. It may change in the future.
It's not a token.
Or as a coin, whatever. It's gunk. It has no value functionally.
I disagree.
It only has like monetary value. It doesn't do anything.
It's basically
monetary is a lot of value.
No. It's an inflationary cash.
Yeah, it doesn't have any technical value.
It's better. I think,
and maybe it will in the future.
Maybe
but
better than U.S. dollars.
Well, the U.S. dollar has zero technical value as well. Yes.
So I'd rather have Doge than U.S. dollars.
Me too.
Right. That's why I'm like, I'm going to keep my
just
Doge.
saying,
I don't want the dollars.
Within the closed system of crypto, let's get it out ahead of this. Doge is junk. I don't know why Elon's trolling people like this.
No, I disagree with you.
It's because of returns. It's like, I mean,
he's
making, and it's the memeable. It's so memeable.
Yes,
you know, with the dog. That's the trick
easiest
with it,
to pump.
And he's making poor people rich, which is like kind of inverting the monetary scheme of this consolidation of wealth to the top. He's like giving the
I mean, that's debatable. He's honestly making way more rich people rich than poor people rich. Honestly, if I'm being real, like somebody like me, like during the dip yesterday, I could buy a bunch and make way more back on my return in terms of spending power than somebody who makes $500 a week or something. You know,
we talked about this like last week that there are programs that automatically buy and sell.
Yeah.
So imagine this: Elon announces the Bitcoin thing, and the price dropped to like 47. It dropped so low, it probably triggered a bunch of people to auto buy. It jumped back up to like 51. Then when it started going down, it triggered an auto sell. So people right then were making $3,000 per coin automatically without even doing anything, without even thinking, because of the price fluctuations and the volatility. So when someone like Elon knows he can tweet and cause prices to go crazy, you know for a fact that Elon Musk knew when he tweeted this, it would drive the price down. And all of his friends did. And how many people that knew Elon was going to do this sold their coins because how do you track it? Sold at 58K and then said, okay, Elon, you're good to go. Elon posts it dodrops to 48 and they buy back in.
Yep. And then Elon sends a text, I think I'm going to pump Doge today. Well, he doesn't say pump, but you know what I mean? He's like on the phone and he's like, I'm going to let people know I'm going to do this with the, and then they go and they buy that on the dip. And then that rides.
I think Bitcoin, I have a decent amount of Bitcoin. I have a decent amount of Ethereum. And I have Doge and I have Cardano. And those are the things that I'm looking at. I think Doge is inflationary. I think Doge is going to have value based on confidence of the memeability. Elon might pump it up, but I wouldn't advocate for the function of Doge. It's just funny.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
Fun. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano are the ones I do have confidence in. And I think a lot of these tokens are bunk. You got to be careful about tokens. I don't know if Cardano is actually a token or if it's an actual crypto. I think it's its own crypto. It functions. It's a proof of stake crypto like Ethereum. But a lot of these tokens, like Shiba, I think Shiba is a token, right?
I don't know. I just saw it recently.
So tokens, you can just click a button and boop, you have tokens.
Yeah, I think it is.
See, I don't know enough about tokens. Tokens, I'm going to have to educate myself on more.
So with a cryptocurrency that's truly decentralized like Bitcoin, you can create the code and then start the program and then do the proof of stake or proof of work to get it. They can be centralized still, even if they're coins. But Bitcoin's truly decentralized. And
Cardano is a utility token because it helps to facilitate smart contracts. This is very convoluted to me.
Yeah, but is it its own independent blockchain like Ethereum, or is it?
It's not on the Ethereum network. I
don't think it's actually a token. A token typically refers to someone goes on a computer and presses enter, and then poof, a bunch of tokens appear.
Okay.
Whereas
interesting,
the coins are like Doge and Bitcoin, where you do some work, proof of work or proof of stake, to generate them. But I don't know. Maybe it's just semantics.
Yeah, I got that info from NASDAQ.com.
Is that it was a token?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong in my terminology there.
Yeah, more crypto experts.
but I will say this: a lot of people are first and foremost, probably the main reason I'm saying these 3 tokens is because, like, when you pull up Coinbase or whatever, they're like the top listed or something.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at establishment support, and I'm not going to pull up some no-name token or crypto and be like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do that because they'll buy a bunch at a cheap price and then try claiming this is the one. I just went on Coinbase and I was like, here's the top performing. Here's the top, like that people are looking at. And I was like, all right, I read about them and I bought the clear,
I got a quick explanation from bitdegree.org, which I've never heard of before.
Is this Bitcoin college?
Yeah, let's do this. The difference between a coin and a token: coins are native to their own blockchain, while tokens have been built on top of another blockchain.
Oh.
Right. So I don't think Cardano is built on another blockchain. It's its own
Interesting,
thing.
but I just saw it was a token. Who knows?
Maybe.
Let's get the developers of Cardano. If you guys are listening, come on.
Might be fake news.
Yeah, then maybe I don't want it, but I have a decent amount. I went out like years and years ago. I bought a bunch of ridiculous things. I think I have some other.
Yeah, me too.
I think I do have an account with like, do you know what BSV is or whatever? I have Bitcoin Cash only because Bitcoin forked and then you get Bitcoin Cash or whatever.
Wasn't BSV like an overseas thing to buy cryptos?
No, it's a fork of Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
So basically, there have been several civil wars in Bitcoin, where people are like, "This is not the true vision of Satoshi in the white paper." So I'm taking the existing network and forking it off, and it clones the network but creates a separate coin. So if that happens and you're holding Bitcoin, the split, you'll have equal amounts Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, and then people just made money overnight.
Yeah.
So this is the craziest thing. When Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash forked, all of a sudden people's money doubled. Like, because now they had twice as many coins.
Yeah.
And then there was a weird fluctuation between the two of people trying to figure out which one was going to win. And then Bitcoin clearly took over because Bitcoin is Bitcoin and everything else is just claiming to be something good or better. So anyway, long story short.
Regarding this Elon thing, I want to play a little Juan Williams here. I think maybe he really truly believes that it is destroying the environment. There's too much coal being burned, and he wants to pressure the industry to move towards renewables. And he's using this as a heavy hand. I think I think that's more the mentality than let's get rich.
But have you seen his mining operations, like for Tesla batteries? I mean, these are not friendly at all to the environment. And I have a Tesla. I'm saying this, like I'm fully honest about this, but it's not exactly environmentally friendly how the batteries are made. But on top of that, it was a few years ago, Elon replied to somebody about the output and the energy that it takes to mine a Bitcoin. And he actually agreed with them that it was energy efficient. That's the term they use. So it's interesting that he changed his mind now when, the mining practices have only trended towards more energy efficient since then, not less efficient.
It seems like people have been in his ear.
Yeah,
like
that's
recently.
what it feels like. It feels like somebody's actually pushing this, but I think he also has to be smart enough with his platform, his reach, his ability to shake the crypto market. He's got to know that if you jump onto something like this, you're going to hurt a lot of normal people. And that's the one warning I do have about like Doge to people is like, yes, you can get really high returns, but if you're the type of person who's not invested very much in your life, I would advise not getting involved because it's very volatile and you can get really scared when you have a dip where it feels like, oh my God, I'm losing 25% of my savings.
Or you can go to the casino if you want to play the game. So, Bitcoin is a decentralized coin. So there's no one who has strong control over it. There's questions about 51% attacks and quantum computing, how it could be disruptive. Ethereum they're building software on top of it. Cardano is basically the same thing. I was just looking it up. It's like the co-founder created his own version of it. And the reason why I think Ethereum is so great is that they build programs on top of it.
Yeah.
Cardano is basically the same thing. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, all right, I think these things have a function more so than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is still great. I'm not super interested in a lot of these tokens where they're like trying to claim it'll do something, other than can you build programs on top of it. So there's a lot of tokens that exist within the Ethereum network, and I'm always like, yeah, but Ethereum is the main driver of all that. So don't take advice from me. You do you. These are the things I'm looking at, and I'm a moron, so don't listen to me. Because
can I ask you a question?
Real quick, if I was a smart guy, I'd have bought Bitcoin in 2011 when I kept talking about every opportunity I had to buy it, and I didn't.
What do you think will happen when a major government, like let's say our own or maybe Germany, introduces their own digital?
It's happening.
Yeah, it is actually.
Bitcoin.
Central bank token
but
or
I
something.
mean when it's out. When it's out and people can buy it and it can be traded and it's on all the different things, what do you think will happen to everything else? Like
they'll
Bitcoin?
go up in value.
You think up?
Everything will go up in value. Yeah. So Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes up, everything goes up. If Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down.
So this is from CNBC. Wall Street banks brace for digital dollars as the next big disruptive force. They're talking about a central bank digital currency.
I mean, dollars are already digital. There's just no blockchain for it. It's the banking ledgers that track everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but it's really it's about feeling like they are their own crypto,
right.
Which is actually why I would disagree in terms of them riding up or down together. I think that when a major government releases one of these, they're actually going to have an inverse correlation where when one is performing well, the other will perform not as well, and vice versa. I think that it's going to feel a little bit more like they're counterweights to each other in a weird way. And I think they're hoping that that's how it'll work.
Kind of like Tether. You follow Tether at all?
I'm trying to understand what the how it would tie in. I know a little bit about it.
Like Tether is always worth $1.
And Binance. They're both $1.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of them now. I think GUSD is one of them, and there's several now.
Those would correlate really well then.
Yeah, and I would think that a central bank token would be like that. It would always be it would be static value, and then all the other cryptos would fluctuate around that. And you could always get dollars worth of that token.
Possibly. Or they would all ride with almost like how the dollar works now, except for their hope would be, maybe there's a way to be able to make that more monetarily functional and also beyond that trackable. That's the real goal. They want to be able to see what people are doing.
Yes.
And I don't think they're going to connect together in terms of going up in value together or down in value together. I think that they're going to end up having a correlation where one goes up, one goes down. We'll see.
Yeah, as it is.
That's in the future, though. That's coming.
If Bitcoin goes up, Tether, although it says it stays at $1, has gone down because Bitcoin has gone up. They're relative to each other.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to see the full show, come back to this channel, youtube.com/TimcastIRL, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., where you can leave comments and super chat, and we actually will read your comments on the show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want exclusive members-only content, segments you can't get anywhere else, go to timcast.com, become a member, and we even have full bonus episodes. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.